There was no one to chat to unless you knew the people who were in the beds next to you. And the nurses obviously hadn't got time. So, you know, unless you had visitors, it was a lonely place to be.
I was just so desperate to really meet someone who had either been through it or was going through it, partly to reassure myself that actually, no, I'm not the only one, and to see it for myself, and partly just to have somebody who can understand.
Well, I think the facilities here are fabulous for children, but there is such a spectrum of needs, from babies we have in here to teenagers. They need different things, and I just think it's really geared up for children, but the environment isn't geared up for the needs of the older children.
One of the things that our young people complain about, particularly when they're in hospital, is if they're sharing a ward with older patients with cancer, they often get on very well with them, but what they find is they get a lot of sympathy. And they don't like that sympathy. It's bad enough having cancer, but having everybody telling them, other people with cancer telling them that they feel sorry for them, they find very difficult to deal with. But it's the social isolation that's the most difficult thing.
It was mainly older people, to be honest, on the adult ward. I really didn't expect for everyone to be way older. I mean, I probably saw 4, 5, 6 people that were around about 20, 30 years old, and everyone seemed to be over 50. So it was a lot of pretending that you weren't ill, I think, got me through it. And then just hoping for the doctors when they drew the curtain to say something nice, you know. But you never knew what it was going to be. There's a physical aspect of being in hospital, and then there's a mental aspect of being in hospital. And I think that the mental aspect is overlooked considerably on the adult ward.
The difference when we have our new unit up and running is that all of our young people with cancer are going to be concentrated in one area. So we'll have some people who are in hospital, admitted, having their treatment. Hopefully they'll be able to mix with people that are coming up as a day case to have treatment, or to clinic for follow-up. So they'll get peer support, see people who've been through the treatment, talk to people who really know what they're going through rather than people who say they think they know what they're going through.
You have to imagine yourself as one of your children, this happening to one of your children, and you want them to have the most comfortable experience they can because they're going through the most awful time.
I just think this new unit would really change people's lives, really do. And like I said, I could be a different person right now if I had been through that, and a better person, more confident person. And I have no doubt that it would have been a much better experience.